Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. B. Shivaji Yadav, second year postgraduate, is here to present a study conducted by us, that is a trichoscopic view of androgenetic alopecia. There are no conflicts of interest. Androgenetic alopecia is the most common hair loss which we encounter in our daily OPDs. It is a non-scarring type of alopecia with a pattern distribution where there is a progressive miniaturization of genetically predisposed hair follicles. It has immense psychological effects on the patient, irrespective of the age or stage of baldness. If we diagnose early, before the hair loss becomes clinically visible, we have varying modalities to prevent this progression. But for the diagnosis in the past, we have only one modality, that is the histopathology, that is biopsy, which is an invasive method for which most of our patients are reluctant to undergo biopsy. This is the area where trichoscopy comes into picture, which is a newer diagnostic modality for the diagnosis and which aids in determination of prognosis with the advantages of being a simple office procedure and its non-invasive nature. Our aim of the study was to evaluate the various trichoscopic findings of androgenetic alopecia and correlate them with severity of androgenetic alopecia. We have conducted a cross-sectional observational study for a period of 6 months in which a total of 46 cases of males with patterned hair loss were evaluated with pre-designed proforma, clinical examination, and graded according to Hamilton-Norwood scale. Trichoscopic evaluation was done and capture of trichoscopic images was performed using Dermalite DL3. In the trichoscopic examination, we have followed the order of examining the hair shafts first, where we observed for presence of any thin hairs, villous hairs, wavy hair, and we have observed the thickness of the hair shaft and observed for any whether they are homogeneous or heterogeneous. The hair shaft thickness heterogeneity, if it is more than 20%, it corresponds to villous transformation and is characteristic of androgenetic alopecia. In the hair follicular openings, we observed any presence of predominance of single hair pilosebaceous units or yellow dots, which are just a follicular infundibulum, which are covered by sebum or hyperkeratotic material. Then in the perifollicular area, we observed for any discoloration, which includes two signs. They are brown peripellar sign, which is an early sign of androgenetic alopecia, which occurs due to microinflammation, and white peripellar sign, which occurs due to fibrosis. In the interfollicular epidermis, we have observed for honeycomb pigmentation, which in some studies they have mentioned that it is a late stage feature, which occurs due to exposure of scalp to the sunlight. Majority of our patients in our study were from age group 25 to 30, followed by 16 patients in 20 to 25 years age group. Least number of cases in our study were from 35 to 40 years of age. Most common grade of Hamilton-Norwood observed was grade 4, which included 12 patients, followed by grade 5 and grade 6 with 11 cases each, and grade 3 and grade 7 with 6 cases respectively. In trichoscopy, 95.6% patients had hair shaft thickness heterogeneity and thin hairs. 91.3% had villous hairs, 78.2% had single hair pilosebaceous units. Honeycomb pigmentation was seen in 56.5%, and the least common finding we observed in our study was yellow dots, that is in 17.3%. Here are the images. The A image depicting the trichoscopy of normal scalp, and the B image showing the trichoscopic findings in a grade 5 patient, where we can see the villous hair, which is depicted by the blue arrow, and hair shaft thickness heterogeneity, which can be clearly understandable if you compare with the normal image. In the C image, we can see the brown peripellar sign, which occurs due to microinflammation. This is the image in a grade 3 patient. Here we can see in the A image the presence of wavy hair in a patient of grade 4 alopecia. In the B image, we can see white peripellar sign, which is depicted by the blue arrow, and green arrow depicting honeycomb pigmentation in a grade 7 patient. In the A image, we can see the focal etrichia in the same patient of androgenetic alopecia grade 7, and the presence of yellow dots, which is the least finding in our study, is depicted in the B image with the blue arrow. So the most common grade in our study was grade 4, consisting of 12 cases, followed by grade 3 and grade 5 with 11 cases each, which is similar to the Chinese study done by Wang et al. Whereas grade 3 was observed by Sehgal et al. In Indian population and Paik et al. In Korean population. However, in a study by Krupashankar et al. In Indian population, grade 2 was the highest, followed by grade 1 and grade 3. In our study, we found hair shaft thickness heterogeneity as the most common trichoscopic feature, which is considered as hallmark of androgenetic alopecia in the previous reports and similar to observations of Hu et al. Yellow dots were found in 17.3% in our study, which is similar to the Chinese study done by Hu et al. In contrast, 92.4% of males in a study done by Amuda et al. Showed yellow dots. Scalp honeycomb pigmentation was found in 56.5% in our study, whereas in Chinese study by Hu et al., it was seen in 33.2%. And in the study done by Amuda et al., they observed in 87.9% in males. Hence, we conclude that trichoscopy, being a non-invasive modality which produces real-time images, it can help the clinician for diagnosis, assessment of severity, prognosis, and guides in timely management. It can reveal early variations in the hair follicle diameter long before the hair loss becomes clinically visible. And it has the advantage in evaluating the therapeutic response by comparing it with treatment images. As it produces real-time images, it increases the compliance of the patients and helps in strict adherence to the treatment prescribed by us. Thus, trichoscopy emerges as a main tool in the armamentarium for the management of alopecias. These are my references. Thank you.
Well done, Dr. Sivaji, and all the best.
Thanks.